Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Tuesday, March 4th, 2025. I, of course, am here at the Daily Mortgage Rate Update, the only place on the web where you get to join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. If you're here this morning, say good morning. If you're watching on the replay, don't forget, give me a hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you were here. Don't forget to smash that like button, tag an hello friend, share this post in a group. If you are on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, give it that thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. All that helps with the algorithms and all that good stuff. If you'd like a quick text reminder that I'm going live each morning, you can sign up for that at hmmr.io/reminder, or you can use this cool QR code over here. And if you're on your cell phone, you could do a quick screenshot, go back to your photos. You can actually click on that QR code and it'll open up for you this morning. Buenos dias, Thomas Sloan. Good morning, sir. How are you? Ron Siegel. Good morning, my friend. Ron says it's National Fasnacht Day. Being a simple man, I just call this a donut. Fasnacht means the night before Lent begins. That makes sense because Nacht is night. So Fas, last night before Lent. That would make sense. Good morning, Megan Lindberg, Allison Foy. Great to have you here as well. Michael Love. Good morning, Desiree Brashears. Good morning, Julie Lawrence. Great to have you here as well. Hope you all are having a better morning than I am this morning. It has been chaotic and hectic. In fact, let's run this out for a minute. Let's see. Actually, let me turn all the fancy stuff off. Let's turn this off. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that off. So, if we look outside, you can see the trailer and the vehicle there as these guys are packing up. They're supposed to be building my new office today. However, we just found out that all the material is not coming till tomorrow. So that does put a bit of a damper on it. And in fact, they're going to now push off and hopefully build it next week. So just a little longer before I get my office. But it's been a hectic morning sorting through all this and figuring all this out. So I'm a little out of sorts. But good morning to y'all. Megan Lindberg, Bobby Searson, great to have you guys here as well. Let's go over to the other screen. Let's see what we got going on in the world. Thank you, Mr. Ron Siegel. I appreciate you. So taking a look here, mortgage-backed securities currently down 12 basis points. There's a lot of early morning volatility here. Definitely a little bit of an odd movement here. Things swinging up and down, up and down. However, take a look at this 10-year Treasury yield. It does not lie. 4.15. Yesterday, we ended at 4.16. Right now, it is 4.15. It's a little bit worse than where it opened. But still, this is important to watch. We're not going to see mortgage rates go up much if this 10-year Treasury yield is hanging steady. If this goes up to 4.20, 4.22, then we'll see rate sheets worsen. Otherwise, this morning, it looks like there's just chatter. It looks like it's popping up and down. I'm not really concerned that this is down 13 basis points at the moment because just a few seconds ago, it was up a few basis points. So yesterday we ended at around 101.67, and before it was up a few basis points. So we'll see this move around a little bit. There is nothing on the economic calendar for today, nothing to be paying attention to. As far as what we got going on in the news, of course, there is a lot of talk today. The Canadian and Mexican tariffs, 25%, I believe, are going into effect. We'll see how all this plays out. The reality is, even though I do like some things, there's some things that I like all of you have my own opinion on. And I am going to wait and see how this whole tariff thing plays out and what the long game is on this, because this is it's actually a very big deal, these tariffs, especially because of Canada, North America. We don't use the North American Free Trade Agreement anymore. I forgot what the updated name is for it, but we've been doing free trade with Mexico and Canada for decades. This does, create quite the mess. Of course, there's also all the talk of what's going on with Ukraine. I notice a lot of people are definitely chiming in on their opinion on that, both locally here, friends that I have in town, as well as Facebook and different things. Me, I'm not throwing a dog in this race. I have no thoughts on it. So as far as how it would affect mortgage rates, and right now it's not. So we'll kind of keep it as that. So here's the wrap up for yesterday. Stock futures around the world, stocks around the world smashed by trade war fears. Trump's widening tariff war sparked quick retaliation. Traders see 3 Fed rate cuts in 2025 as tariffs add to growth angst. So this is kind of an interesting thing. And if we take a look here at the CME Fed Watch tool, by the end of the year, we are looking at expectations now. 4.25 would be here. 4 would be 1 rate cut, 2 rate cuts, 3 rate cuts. 3 rate cuts are now the majority winner. Now, if this is where everything gets very confusing, right? Because someone had emailed me about this yesterday. The talk of tariffs originally a few months ago and for the last few weeks, right? Tariffs are supposed to be inflationary because they're going to push the cost of goods up to the consumer. And if they're inflationary, well, then at that point, you have to figure that's going to mean the Fed would hold its rate higher for longer because it's fighting inflation. So why are markets projecting that the Fed is going to cut rates? And why are mortgage rates coming down? And which way are mortgage rates headed from here as we look right now? And now it shows up 5 basis points, by the way. So this is kind of the jux of it. So here's kind of the important part, is that what we're seeing is markets believe that all of the trade war stuff, all of the stuff that is going on around this Trump administration right now is going to push the economy down. That's what this is reflecting. It's reflecting economic weakness. It's reflecting that we're going to see slow growth because companies selling their goods overseas, right? Like Amazon and, them coming to mind first, of course, but tremendous amounts of our products go to Canada and Mexico. So right now, Canada pushing back with a Canadian first agenda, Mexico very likely to do something very similar. So markets are expecting that American companies are going to take the brunt of this and that we're going to see economic weakness, right? If companies aren't making money, then that's going to trickle through to layoffs, higher unemployment. This is kind of where everything is expected to go here. Giddy up, Randy Tickle. Hello, Patrick Campbell. Ron Siegel said the USMCA agreement replaced NAFTA. Thank you, sir. I forgot what USMCA stands for, but US, Mexico, Canada agreement. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So this right here, again, just because the Fed funds rate is expected to drop does not mean mortgage rates have to be, tied to that. But it's all happening at the same time. The reason that you're seeing the 10-year Treasury yield drop, although tariffs are going into place, and what we've heard over and over and over again the last few months is that tariffs are inflationary and it's going to push inflation higher, is again, one more time, because it's expected to create economic weakness, which would also trickle over into labor market weakness here in the US. That's what the current reaction is reflecting. How will all this play out? Well, that's a very different story. We're going to have to wait and see. But that's what all of this is reflecting right now. Now, as long as momentum is in this direction, as long as markets have this sentiment, when we see this reflection of weakness, which we can see by the projection for Fed rate cuts, we can see it by the way the 10-year Treasury yield is trading. And then, of course, last but not least, mortgage-backed securities, that puts us in a position that we want to float, and we're going to continue to float because that's basically, we may end up returning back to last September's lows, which were the low 6s. So what you should be doing now is getting everybody ready. And when we see the reversal to this, that'll be the bottom. But we're not seeing a bottom yet. We're not near a bottom yet. So that's what you want to be saying to your consumers, what you want to be sharing with your agents. The reason that we've seen mortgage-backed securities take off, the reason we're seeing this happen, despite all of the concerns around the tariffs and everything, is because it's an expectation of economic weakness that is projected to come. Which would also is going to trickle over to labor market weakness. So we'll see where that goes. All right, everybody, let me know in the comments if you all have any questions about this, but that's basically the big thing, right? That's driving everything and what the fear is. So as long as we see it staying that way, we will see it stay that way. So hope this helps you. Hope that gives you some insight. Today, there's nothing going on. There shouldn't be anything that causes any reprice risk today. We shouldn't have anything to worry about with that. We'll see where the rest of the week goes. But, right now, we want to keep floating. There's no reason to consider locking right now. We want to see where this continues to go. When we look for some kind of a reversal on this, we'll let you know. So, all right, my friends, I'm going to wrap it up. You guys have a fantastic day. Before I do, remember that you can go ahead and sign up for our free email Lock Advice, www.ratelockadvice.com. If you'd like to sign up for our text alerts, you can sign up at www.ratetextalerts.com. Remember, you can also use your phone to use the QR code. If you're on your phone, take a screenshot. You can go back and actually use that QR code in your photos. And check us out at originatorssuccess.com. Find out how we help you get loans from Google and social media. So, all right, my friends. Well, hopefully your day goes better than mine is going. And